Good morning, grade 7s, and welcome to our topic 2 of our creative arts. Let's get started on today's lesson. So, our topic for today is dance improvisation and composition. An important part of dance classes will include improvisation. Perhaps 5 minutes or more at the end of some classes. So, what is improvisation, guys? As a dancer, you need to think quickly and creatively to find solutions to problems or situations. So, for example, if somebody is dancing and something happens and it doesn't go according to what you had planned, or whatever the routine was supposed to be, then you have to improvise. So, that is thinking quickly and creatively to find a solution to a problem. So, maybe you fell, or maybe you forgot a move, and you quickly improvise so that it's not noticeable to your audience. This is called reaction time. How long it takes you to come up with a creative idea, a plan, and react. This part of your dance class is important in developing your creative thinking. It allows you to experiment with different ideas that come from you, not your teacher. So remember, it's thinking on your feet, so it wasn't planned. That's why we call it improvising. So you think quickly on your feet, and that obviously opens up your creative thinking. Your teacher will give you a different idea to improvise with. Enjoy this section as it's great fun and allows you to express yourself in movement. So this section is fun because you are not following a routine. You're able to think creatively and you're able to do something on your own without following, your teacher's routine. All right, so let's do activity 17 together. Use different levels. Your teacher will show you how to combine using levels, low, medium, and high. Remember to really be creative. You will need to combine all your movements using transitions, how one movement flows into another without any stop. So transition is literally moving from one movement into another without any stopping in between. You could do this using a chair. So if you look at the image, you'll see that the image on the left hand side is high level, and you'll see that the movement on the right hand side is medium level. Alright, so let's go on to our next page. Alright, so if we look at our next image, you will see that it's professional dancers using levels and space in a performance. Look at the picture and identify the levels the dancers are using. So if you look at this image, you will see that there's a combination of levels being used. There's some dancers that are using high levels. There's some dancers that are using lower levels, and some dancers are using medium levels. So it's a combination of different levels. All right. So let's go on to activity 18, use space. Use as much space as you can by making large movements. These could include jumps, traveling, turns using lots of energy. Think of the pathway you could move in, straight lines, curved lines, diagonal lines, circular lines, and so on. Use as little space as you can by making small movements. These could include crawling, shuffling, and small foot and arm movements. So if we look at activity 19 of this topic 2, using shape and dimension. Dimension means size. You will explore this using different shapes. The dimension of your movement will affect how much force you use while dancing. So we said the dimension means size, all right? So use movements that show a very large shape, all right, which is a big dimension, or use as much space as possible. Now add a movement that shows a very small shape, which is a small dimension. Use as little space as possible. So you're going to use movements that show very large spaces, which is obviously means a big dimension, and you'll use movements that show very small shape, which in this case means small dimension. So if we look at the image, the first image on our right hand side, it shows a large shape, right, which is a big dimension. Circles, squares, triangles, diagonals. And then if we look at the bottom image of the kids, you'll see that it's smaller shapes. Can you see that their hands are not really that much stretched out? So that indicates smaller shapes, which is then obviously smaller dimensions. So small shape curling around the leg. So they are not using large dimensions or big dimensions. All right, then let's talk about music elements. Music elements you will use in your dance class. Duration. How long does it last? So we know that duration means how long something lasts for. Do movements as slowly as possible, then do them as fast as possible. How does the speed of the movements affect the quality of your movements? So do you agree with me that your speed affects quality? All right. So if you do something really fast, it could affect the quality of the movements. But if you do it more medium pace or slower pace, then the quality is better. All right. All right, so on to the next element. It's tempo. Tempo refers to how fast or slow is the music. If the music is fast, guys, your movements will have to be small and quick to fit to the beat. And if the music is very slow, in that case, then your movement will have to be large and will take longer to get to each position. All right, then the next element is accent. Where are the main loudest beats in the music? All right, so when you get to the loudest beats, then obviously your movement will be stronger. All right, so to try to find where the accent in a piece of music, and then do a very strong movement each time you hear the accent. All right, our next element is phrases. How do you count the music? Is it in groups of 2, 3, 4, or 8? For example, listen to the music to hear how it is phrased. When you know this, make a movement piece that fits to the phrase and keeps repeating. So if the phrase is for 8 counts, right? You could do 4 jumps followed by 4 claps and keep repeating this sequence with each new phrase. Now try it to music phrased in 6 counts. So if it's, for example, 6 counts, we would do 3 jumps followed by 2 claps. If it's 4 counts, maybe we'll do 2 jumps and 2 claps, and so on and so forth. All right, so let's look at activity 20, use time. You will now explore musical elements of duration. Remember, we said that duration refers to how long, tempo, which refers to how fast or slow music is, accent, which we said we are looking for the loudest beat in the music, and then phrases, which is how do you count the music. Your teacher will guide you on how to move at different speeds and how to match your movements to music. You can also add on movements that make a sound made by your own body. This could be clapping, stamping, or clicking your fingers while you do a movement, like hitting your legs, clicking while you do a jump, stamping on the accent of the music before a movement. All right, guys. So topic 2 was relatively short. I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope it was fun. I hope you'll practice your moves, the large spaces, incorporating music and all of that. And I'll see you guys in topic 3. All right. Have a good week, everybody. Bye.